Coming up on Mountain News this morning, Governor Andy Beshear vetoes a handful of bills over in Frankfort, and a Kentucky senator raises some serious funding for his re-election campaign.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News this morning.
Good morning to you. It's almost 6 o'clock here on this Thursday morning. I'm Dakota Makris. Let's check. Brandon, I almost forgot your name for a second.
I'm Brandon Robinson,
yeah?
if you forgot, Dakota.
Wait, do we work together? Are you
That's
new?
Me. No, I'm not new.
Okay.
You're kind of new compared to me.
No. No, I've been here. I've been here. I don't know why I blanked for a second.
You
know, I have 3 weather people to keep up with their names, so sometimes it's hard. You know what's really difficult is doing the evenings after anchoring the mornings.
That is true.
Evan bless his heart.
I've heard you have called Evan Brandon on occasion.
Many a time.
It's okay. You know, that's all right. But yeah, we're here this morning tracking a little bit of fog and a little bit of cloud cover moving out this morning. Dense fog along the I-64 corridor and back down toward I-75 and Lake Cumberland, so be careful if you're traveling in those areas this morning. I-64, not a whole lot there near this camera, but back out toward the airport, pretty thick there this morning. We're seeing temperatures in the mid to upper 40s and close to 50. Monticello sensor, there's got to be something wrong with it. They were 45 just a minute ago, now they're right back to 42. So fluctuating out there this morning, but at least it's online. 50 in Prestonsburg and Jonesville, the warm spots, 42 in Monticello, and 43 in Ashland and Wise, the cool spots this morning, but they are going up just a little bit. 67 is our average high today. We're not going to get to that. 60 is our forecast high. Might not even make that. 85, the record high, set back on this day in 2010. Dakota?
All right, Brendan, thank you. Well, a busy day in Frankfort. Governor Andy Beshear issued several vetoes yesterday, including the controversial Senate Bill 1. Well, the bill shifts power from parents and school councils to superintendents in terms of hiring principals and deciding some curriculum. A revised version of the bill also added the language from Senate Bill 138 that dictates what can be taught in history classes. Well, that measure has been called an anti-critical race theory bill. In his veto message, the governor called the bill, quote, a step backward for public education in Kentucky. Also, the governor vetoed Senate Bill 83. It would ban transgender girls from girls' sports in Kentucky from 6th grade through college. In his veto message, the governor pointed to the rules already in place with the Kentucky High School Athletic Association. Well, he also said the measure most likely violates the U.S. Constitution's equal protection rights, and noted Republican governors in Utah and Indiana vetoed similar bills. House Bill 248 also vetoed. Well, that bill would transfer the ability to use taxpayer dollars toward legal challenges to the constitutionality of the bill to the Attorney General. Well, this comes after the governor filed several lawsuits to block Republican-led legislation from going into effect. The governor saying in his veto message, House Bill 248 violates several sections of Kentucky's Constitution. Well, Casey's Law was recently strengthened by the state legislature, and addiction recovery care officials are happy to see the change. The General Assembly passed the bill, and Governor Beshear swiftly signed it into law. Casey's Law, which originally passed the state legislature in 2004, allows friends or family of someone struggling with drug or alcohol addiction to intervene and request court-ordered treatment. Officials with ARC say the changes will allow those who are addicted to be helped prior to losing their lives to addiction.
And that's important because usually in our world, we see people after they've already destroyed their lives. I think that the great thing about Casey's Law is it allows you to hopefully keep them from totally crashing their lives.
Supporters say Casey's Law has helped around 6,000 Kentuckians since 2004 and is glad the law is being strengthened. Well, St. Joseph London recently honored members of the Kentucky National Guard for their service to the facility during the most recent surge in COVID cases. Guard members assisted clinical teams and served in other areas such as supply chain, food service, security, and housekeeping. Leaders thanked members during an appreciation luncheon before they finished their deployment at the hospital. The University of Kentucky is planning pay increases for its employees. UK President Eli Capilouto says all employees will get a minimum raise of $1,000 on July 1st. Then employees will get an additional pay increase on top of that based on their department's share of the overall payroll and performance. The university says it will double its average investment in compensation from $8.6 million to $17 million. Kentucky Republican Senator Rand Paul is running for a third term this year, and his campaign has raised nearly $3.5 million this year. Well, that increases Senator Paul's campaign war chest to $8.6 million. His total is more than 3 times the amount he raised in all of 2015 and 2016 ahead of his last campaign. A spokesperson says it's proof that the senator's agenda is supported by the people and is what they want represented them in the Senate. Well, he is expected to face Democrat Charles Booker in November. Well, that's assuming Booker wins the Democratic primary. West Virginia Governor Jim Justice has missed deadlines in recent months to pay the U.S. government the millions of dollars he owes in penalties for unsafe working conditions at his coal mines. Governor Justice was ordered to pay more than $5 million by a federal judge in April 2020 after the U.S. Attorney's Office and U.S. Mine Safety and Health Administration brought a lawsuit against 23 of his companies, saying he failed to pay fees associated with hundreds of mine safety penalties. Federal court documents claim since at least December he has been late on the payments. West Virginia's highway cleanup event is set for this month, and the State Department of Environmental Protection is taking registrations. People and organizations can register to pick up trash on state-maintained roads. The Adopt a Highway program provides garbage bags, work gloves, and safety vests for workers. Volunteers must be at least 12 years old, and registration is required by April 15th. The event will take place on April 23rd. Well, drivers who use Kentucky 3332, also known as Pine Grove Road in Lee County, will need to plan for a longer drive beginning April 18th in order to install a new box culvert at Long Branch and for the other work associated with the reconstruction of Kentucky 11. The road will be closed at the Kentucky 11 intersection. Work is expected to last 30 days, but may be extended if weather hampers the construction efforts. Drivers can use Kentucky 11 and Cottle Road as an alternative route. A signed detour will be posted. Elliott County Sheriff's deputies say street signs aren't meant to be a collector's item. Several street signs were reported stolen along Wilbur Way, Pecan, Perry Rose Branch, and J. Barker. It's causing concerns about the safety of people who live in the county and could mean a delay from first responders when responding to an emergency.
I don't understand. What can they do with them? Don't make sense.
Well, it costs the county around $100 to replace each sign. The sheriff's office is asking anyone with information to contact them. A worker at the Wayne County Jail has been charged for allegedly stealing from a coworker. State police say Gary York went into a coworker's purse, took out her credit card, and wrote the number down. Well, they say he then went home and paid his utility bill with it. He is being charged with fraudulent use of a credit card, which is a misdemeanor.
Coming up on 6:07, and we are tracking again the little bit of fog this morning and the exiting cloud cover. More rain chances possible later today. Let's go to Pikeville this morning. US 119, US 23 right there near Pikeville Commons, and things drying out this morning after the rain has moved out from the overnight. Temperatures running from 41 in Monticello to 50 in Jonesville. Now again, Monticello was at 45 at the beginning of this newscast, right before 6 o'clock, and now in just basically 7 minutes they're back down to 41. That sensor has got to be on the fritz out there this morning, but you see a lot of mid to upper 40s across the region. Clintwood at 44, our next coldest spot. 60 right now, or 60 this afternoon, not right now, but 60 this afternoon. Some spotty chances for rain with a mix of sun and clouds. As we look ahead, you'll see that we're going to see mainly dry conditions today. Mainly dry, not completely dry, but mainly dry, but a big cool down is on the way. And say it ain't snow as we head into Friday night and into Saturday. That is the potential for that. Dakota?
All right, Brendan, thank you. Well, coming up next, the U.S. and countries across Europe continue to ramp up the pressure on Russia as it continues its invasion of Ukraine.